Dear friends, I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom on a day when we celebrate the Rebbe's wedding anniversary in 1928. The Rebbe Simcha Mushka, got married in Warsaw, Poland, after being engaged for a few years but on the run from communist Russia and settling into a new life. And the Rebbe said that this is the day that connected him with the Hasidim and threw him into the work for community and for Jewry. And though the Rebbe lived in Berlin and in Paris for many of the pre-war years, he spent a lot of the time acting as a free roaming ambassador for his father-in-law, the previous Rebbe, for many communal matters connecting America and other parts of the world to and for the previous Rebbe's activities and work on behalf of world Jewry and on behalf of Russian Jewry specifically. In this Shabbos, we'll be reading the Torah portion of Vayishlach. This is when we see Yaakov continuing to come into his own. We read last week how Yaakov became very successful while living in a foreign place. And now Yaakov is ready to face another challenge. It's not enough that he faced his father-in-law and came out on top, acting honestly, sincerely, and out of conviction of what is right. And he ended up being able to leave with his entire family and the fortune that he had created for himself and Lavan, all intact. And now he's about to come to Israel, but first he has to face, on his own accord, his brother Esav and reconcile. And here we find Yaakov struggling, putting up the courage, yet full of fear when he hears that his brother not only doesn't want to reconcile, but he's planning to come with an army of 400 people and hurt him. And then in the middle of the night, when Yaakov is moving his family towards Esav, and out of the blue, when he's alone on one side of the little stream while his family's on the other side, an angel dressed as a person, the angel of Esav, comes and tries to struggle with him all night and knock him out. And Yaakov holds up. And all the angel is able to do is to injure him a bit. And what's fascinating is that at the end of their wrestling, and Yaakov is injured, he turns to the fellow and he says, "Bless me." Why would Yaakov turn to someone who wanted to kill him, who wanted to hurt him, to bless him? And Yaakov saw that in each of these struggles, he was moving closer to fulfill his mission and purpose in life, to reach out and transform the world around him, to turn every situation that he faces, not to just get rid of it, but to turn it into something positive for God and for God's purpose and mission in this world. Ultimately, to uncover the purpose of the creation of the world, which is something we Jews continue until very soon Mashiach will come, to show that this is really God's world, and those who are aligned with God have longevity and eternity, and everything else will disappear as they have in our history. All the great movements against God are part of the dustbin of history. And though they pop up all the time, and sometimes they can go for a while, a few hundred years even, 1,000 years or even more, but sooner or later, they're exposed for the falsehood and lies and what they represent. And here Yaakov teaches us that life is struggle. Life is not meant to just go smooth and easy. It's about struggle. It's about overcoming the struggle. It's about transforming the struggles into wins. As in business they say, from every failure, I've come closer to success, because it's in the struggles where we come to our own, where we bring out our deepest strengths, our strongest conviction, and ultimately with these struggles we're able to transform and win over those who are against us as well. So whether we have it in our own personal lives, or we're now feeling it collectively as the Jewish people, what we've gone through since October 7th, that Simchas Torah Day, ultimately it's for Berach Tani. There's a blessing hidden inside the most difficult and harshest of situations that we have gone through. And we are all part of transforming, whether we are sitting here in Montreal or wherever else you are in the world, or in Israel, transforming that experience into a blessing where we have a deeper and stronger relationship with our own Judaism, with Hashem, with each other, and where we can display to the world how nothing that happens to us will ever turn us into a victim. Nothing that happens to us will ever turn us into an animal like those who are trying to hurt us, but only bring out more humanity, more strength. And the more you hear the world scream genocide and all other types of accusations, they're just screaming what is their world, what our enemies are trying to do to us. That's the greatest way that enemies try to hurt those they want to hurt, is by placing who they are on their enemy, turning it around, but not turning around for good, turning around their bad into us. So don't pay attention, because it just reflects who they are. And as long as we stand up with humanity, their existence will either be transformed one day or will cease to exist. So I want to wish you Shabbat Shalom. God bless you. We love you all. Handlining time in Montreal, 3:53 p.m.